My dear child, gather close. Tonight, I'm telling you a story that'll chill your bones. A true tale from Hollywood's shadowy past. It's about a young woman, full of dreams, who met a fate so dark it still haunts us. They called her the Black Dahlia, and her murder remains one of the greatest mysteries ever. This isn't just a story to scare you. It's a warning about the dangers that lurk when you chase dreams in a city that sparkles but hides sharp edges. Listen carefully, because I'll share lessons to keep you safe. It's January 1947, Los Angeles, a place where the sun always shines, and the streets buzz with folks hoping to become movie stars. Among them is Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old with big eyes and raven hair. Nicknamed the Black Dahlia for her love of dark clothes and a flower's deadly beauty. She's no different from thousands of others, drawn to Hollywood's promise of fame. Elizabeth drifts from job to job, living in cheap apartments, meeting men who might help her dreams come true. But this city, my child, doesn't always reward dreamers. Sometimes it swallows them whole. On January 15th, a woman walking with her little girl in a quiet neighborhood spots something in the grass. At first, she thinks it's a broken mannequin, pale and still. Then she screams. It's no doll. It's Elizabeth, or what's left of her. Her body is cut in half, drained of blood, posed like some sick display. Her face, once so pretty, is slashed into a grim smile. The police are horrified. This isn't just a murder. It's a message, a taunt from someone who wanted the world to see their work. The newspapers go wild. The Black Dahlia becomes a sensation. Reporters dig into Elizabeth's life, painting her as a lost soul, maybe even someone who brought trouble on herself. But I want you to hear the truth, child. She was just a girl with hopes, like you might have. The police chase leads, hundreds of them. They talk to men she knew, boyfriends, strangers, even a doctor who seemed too interested in her. They find nothing solid. The killer leaves no trace, only whispers a monster who could vanish into the city's shadows. Let's step back and look at who Elizabeth was. Born in Boston, she grew up dreaming of the silver screen. Her family wasn't rich, and life wasn't easy. At 19, she moves to California, chasing that Hollywood glow. She works as a waitress, models a little, but never gets her big break. She's friendly, maybe too trusting, always hoping the next person she meets will open a door. That's what makes this story so hard, child. Elizabeth wasn't perfect, but she didn't deserve what happened. Nobody does. The investigation drags on. Detectives get tips. Some say the killer is a surgeon because the cuts were so precise. Others think it's a gangster, someone with power to stay untouchable. They even suspect a few cops, men who knew too much about the case. One man, a bellhop named Red Manley, admits to driving Elizabeth around days before she died. He swears he left her safe, but his story's shaky. Another suspect, a guy named George Hodel, a doctor with a creepy past, seems promising. Years later, his own son thinks he did it, but there's no proof. The case grows cold, and the Black Dahlia's name becomes a legend, not a person. Now, let's talk about the city itself. Los Angeles in the 1940s is glamorous but rotten underneath. Hollywood promises fame, but for every star, there's 100 broken dreams. Young women like Elizabeth arrive daily, and not all of them find kind folks. Some meet predators, men who see a pretty face and think they can take what they want. The police back then aren't always heroes either. They're overworked, sometimes corrupt, and this case is too big for them. The killer knows this. Child, whoever did this understands how to hide in a city that's too busy to care. What makes this story stick with us? It's not just a mystery. It's Elizabeth herself. She's every dreamer who ever took a chance. Her death is a reminder that beauty and hope can attract danger. And the way she was found, so cruel, so planned, it tells us the killer wanted to shock. Some think that we're saying, this is what happens when you reach too high. Others believe it was personal. Someone who knew her and hated her light. We'll never know, but that's why I'm telling you this, child. The world can be cruel, and you need to be wise. Let's think about the lessons here. First, always trust your gut. If someone feels wrong, walk away. Elizabeth met lots of folks, and maybe she ignored a bad feeling once or twice. Second, keep good friends close. Elizabeth moved around a lot, didn't have a steady crew to watch her back. Find people you trust, child, and stick with them. Third, don't let a shiny promise blind you. Hollywood dazzled Elizabeth, but it hid dangers. Whatever you chase, fame, love, success, keep your eyes open. And finally, if you're ever in trouble, speak up. Elizabeth didn't have a chance to scream, but you do. Tell someone, a friend, a teacher, me, if something's wrong. This case never gets solved, and that's the hardest part. Over 500 people confessed to the murder, but none are real. The police chase ghosts, and Elizabeth's family never gets peace. Her story becomes a movie, a book, a legend, but she's more than that. She's a warning, a ghost who lingers to teach us. Every time I hear her name, I think of you, child, and how I want you to be safe, smart, and strong. Now, I know this story's heavy. It's supposed to be evil exists, and pretending it doesn't won't protect you. But you're not alone. You've got me, your old grandpa, telling you these tales so you know what's out there. And you got your own heart, your own smarts to guide you. The Black Dahlia story ends in darkness, but yours doesn't have to. Be careful, but don't be afraid to dream. Just dream with both eyes open. Before I go, I need to ask you something, child. If this story moved you, if it made your heart race or your mind think, hit that like button. It tells me you're listening, that these stories matter. And if you want to stay close to your grandpa, to hear more tales that teach and warn, subscribe to this channel. It's not just a button. It's a promise we'll keep looking out for each other. Share this story with someone you care about. 2. Let's spread the lessons, keep Elizabeth's memory alive, and maybe, just maybe, keep someone safe. Sleep tight, my child. Watch your back, and I'll see you soon with another story. Stay safe out there.